إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونتوب إليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد عباد الله أوصيكم ونفسي بتقوى الله فقد فاز المتقون وأذكركم ونفسي بقول الله تبارك وتعالى يقول يا ليتني قدمت لحياتي يقول يا ليتني قدمت لحياتي. All praise is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. With His divine support, we have demonstrated as a community to those people who will say to Allah on the day of judgment, the Muslims owe us Islam. And the community in a collective way, which we call the open day, to open the doors of the center and the mosque for the other people who don't know what we know, who don't do what we do, to know what we know, and hopefully that they do what Allah wants them to do, not what we do, because we don't know what we are doing sometime. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept the effort that has been made by this community to do a collective da'wah, calling them to come not to see the mosque. They can see mosque everywhere. Not to see the books or the Quran, but to see the embodiment of Islam in the life of the Muslims. And that might touch their heart, and then they will say, I want to live like that. In the time of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, Thumama ibn Athal, with the open day, we can say the open mosque, the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam allowed him to spend time in the masjid for 3 days. While he does not believe in Islam, he does not believe in the prophethood of Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, but for 3 days, that's all he needed. He wanted to see and feel what Islam is all about. It is beyond knowledge. And after 3 days, he was set free to go. But he realized the only way to be a free human being is to accept the truth. And what is the truth? وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. To join the team that worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Thumama, after seeing the Muslims for 3 days in the masjid, how they treat one another, how they focus in their salat, how they behave in the masjid. Thumama rewind his life, and he never been in a place like that, with a community like that. So the result was to prove to the world that Islam did not spread by sword. Thumama left, knowing that he is free, and then he came back, knowing that he is free to take it or leave it. But he took it with his freedom after the Prophet told him to go as a free man. And he said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. After what? Seeing the Muslims' way of life. in the masjid and outside the masjid, mixing with the Muslims. Before that, he did not mix with them. They hated the Muslims. But once they mixed with them to see who are those people, it is the best team that live on earth. The same thing happened to Hind bin Utbah, who was watching the Muslims from over her house overnight. And by the break of the dawn, by the sunrise, Hind said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Who can mix with the Muslims, the true ones, and not to become one of them? It is impossible, because there is no better team on this planet than the team, the Hizb, the party of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that is the purpose of the open day. So they can come to know Islam through the way the Muslims live their life. It is great, but only when you practice it. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept the effort and make it better in the time to come. وَكَذَلِكَ جَعَلْنَاكُمْ أُمَّةً وَسَطًا لِتَكُونُوا شُهَدَاءَ عَلَى النَّاسِ وَيَكُونَ الرَّسُولُ عَلَيْكُمْ شَهِيدًا. Such we made you such a balanced nation, so you will be witness on mankind. Witness that we taught you Islam. Witness that we showed you Islam. You have seen us, how we live. Then you can be witness against somebody after we have proven and being example for them. But if they come to the open day and all they do is to hear about Islam, or we give them Islam in paper, or display it on the building or on the land, but they don't see Islam on us, they will just say again, it is a joke. Here they are. What you want us to see? If Islam was so good, how come you don't practice? So our lesson today, inshallah, will be part of that to continue. Who am I and why I should cry? Why and when I should cry? If crying me, I'm feeling sorry for what happened. If crying me, I realize something wrong. If crying me, I need another chance. If crying me, I want someone to help me out. We don't cry because somebody died. We don't cry because we lost opportunity of job or money. But we cry when it is worthy to cry. And when is that? If I see myself, that's the prayer that I'm praying every day. It is no longer an act of worship. It is a routine that I do every day. What is the proof? I don't enjoy it. It is a burden. That is the proof. What is the proof? There is no khushu when I'm praying. If we are told in the Quran, in the beginning of our faith, Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu, la taqrabu salata wa antum sukara, all you who believe, do not pray while you are drunk. Why? Hatta ta'lamu ma taqulun. So that you know what you are saying. You realize what you are saying, what you are reading, you understand it. But while you are drunk, you don't. So do not pray on the state of drunkenness. This was revealed when the Muslims in the beginning are still held by culture. And that was ayah of treatment. Getting them from what they know to what they don't know. And what they don't know then, a time will come, you by yourself will hate even to think of alcohol. But if you are told, do not pray while you are drunk, because you don't know what you are saying. How many people are praying while they are drunk nowadays? And what is the proof that we are drunk? No khushu. Why there is no khushu? Alcohol used to be the influence. But what is the influence now? The whole globe is in my head when I'm praying. So many things to think about. And then the salah loses its value. I should cry. Because this salah is not act of worship anymore that will create a man to be the way Allah intended us to be. When he told the malaika that there is something they don't know about humans, the quality and the best of them. This is a time to cry because something is wrong. And what is the proof? It is a routine. The salah is supposed to change me every day, something I do 5 times a day. Yet after my salam, the amount of iman I have is just enough. The amount of khushu I have is just enough to hate my brother, not to love my brother. And that is a sign. 5 times a day to clean my heart and make it become my brothers or sisters is not happening. And every day I will come a new art, how to fight my brother. When? In the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When we are looking for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I should cry. The salat is so serious. The Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, when he was summarizing the effort of 23 years of devotion in teaching the divine teaching, he ended that by saying, before his voice was silenced by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as-salah, as-salah, as-salah. His last will. How come the last will is the first thing we forget? We're supposed to remember what he said last. How come it is different? And this is the seal of the Prophet, Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. And every prophet before him was told about the salah. Isa alayhi salam, before he said anything in his life, before he grew up to talk, before anyone taught him how to talk, what he said when he was in the cradle. وَأَوْصَانِي بِالصَّلَاةِ وَالزَّكَاةِ مَا دُمْتُ حَيًّا. Order from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to me in my life, as long as I'm alive, never to stop the salat. For good. That is Isa alayhi salam. Can you imagine if a child who just born will tell me or you are not praying your salat properly. You didn't pray Fajr. You didn't pray Zuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha. In another word, a voice from someone who does not speak. How come? If Allah allow our children to talk, will they say that? Isa said it as a child. Musa alayhi salam, with no appointment with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from his side, with no plan, he was just looking for fire to warm himself up and his family. But he was called and he was told that this is your destiny, to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this place, to take 2 important orders. And what are they? إِنَّنِي أَنَا اللَّهُ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا أَنَا فَاعْبُدْنِي وَأَقِمِ الصَّلَاةَ لِذِكْرِي. These 2 orders was the first Musa alayhi salam was given to recognize Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. There is no God but me. So worship me. Your entire life, you should submit to him. Worship me and establish the salat to remember me. فَعَبُدْنِي وَأَقِمِ الصَّلَاةَ لِذِكْرِي. That is the salat that we see as a burden or become a routine. Ibrahim alayhi salam, when he was told to separate from his family, leave them somewhere and go somewhere else, he did. And he did not have any concern except one. And what was that? Oh Allah, though you told me to leave them there and go away, I don't mind. I submit fully to you, but do me one favor. What is that? Keep them connected to you through salat. رَبَّنَا لِيُقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةِ. Oh my Lord, so that if this loneliness will keep them connected with you in Salah, I don't mind. I will not even look back. And he did not look back. That was a father leaving his wife and his son away, and the only concern, if we are separated as a family, remain connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through your salat. To remind all of us as parents, sometimes for the purpose of education or traveling, we separate from our kids and they have to grow in life on their own. At that moment, we remind one another, the only purpose of these blood ties anyway is to make it safe before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To be saved in the day when we will meet Him. So if we are separated, remain connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that is the only wish we should give it to them when they are living. Because if you disconnect yourself from Allah, you have no one else on earth. You have nothing else. Everything is nothing but illusion. So Ibrahim alayhi salam, that was his concern. Musa alayhi salam and his brother Harun, when working hard to bring life to the people of Egypt, they were told, وَأَوْحَيْنَا إِلَى مُوسَى وَأَخِيهِ أَنْ تَبَوَّآ لِقَوْمِكُمَا بِمِصْرَ بُيُوتًا وَاجْعَلُوا بُيُوتَكُمْ قِبْلَةً وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ. And we inspired to Musa alayhi salam and his brother. And this is the best type of brotherhood. Brotherhood in doing what is right. Brotherhood in saying what is right. Brotherhood in our struggle for what is right. And what was the order? أن تبوأ لقومكما بمصر بيوتا واجعلوا بيوتكم قبلة. Wherever you live, remember, if Allah is in your house, you will be fine. If order of Allah is what you do, you will be fine. Call it a mosque. Call it your house. Call it your workplace. Do you remember Allah there? If yes, you will be fine. You will be blessed. And make your home Allah's house. وَاجْعَلُوا بُيُوتَكُمْ قِبْلَةً, a place in which you pray and educate people to do their salah. وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ, and take care of your salah. Prophet Zakaria alayhi salam, he was emotional in this concern. He was worried that by his death, goodness may stop. And he was begging Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When his hair turns gray and his bones became weak, he wanted someone to take over the good work. Give me a son in which I can live when I am gone. And his prayer was answered while he was praying. فَنَادَتْهُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ وَهُوَ قَائِمٌ يُصَلِّي فِي الْمِحْرَابِ أَنَّ اللَّهَ يُبَشِّرُكَ بِيَحْيَى. While he was involved in his salah, the good news came. So we are not alone, unless we decide to be alone. And we become alone only when Allah is someone we think about last. Abu Bakr was afraid, not for his life, but for the life of this ummah, which was in the life of Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, when they were in the cave. But the Prophet said to him, don't be afraid because you are not alone. Allah is our third. With Allah, we never be weak or disappointed or defeated. It is impossible. But without Him, we will be weak, disappointed, and defeated. So Zakaria alayhi salam received this good news because he was connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if anything happened, we ran into it. No wonder why the Prophet ﷺ used to tell Bilal, Arihna biha ya Bilal. Oh Bilal, put us in the comfortable life in the Salah. Oh Bilal, you make life beautiful when you say your adhan. And this is the best call and the best people to follow when they say, Hayya ala Salah, Hayya ala al-Falah. If we are missing all of this out, then we should cry. When else should we cry? If I see myself that the 24 hours Allah gave to us every day, it is wasted by my choice. And my life is a recipe of the wasted life. From the time I'm awake until I sleep, I'm doing something that will not feed my soul or my future before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is a time to cry. Wasting my life knowing that I will be brought into the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who gave us the asr from the time we are born to the time we die, and we will be questioned. What have you done with the life I gave to you to live on this earth? And the Prophet ﷺ told us, on the day of judgment, before a decision is made for you to go to paradise or Jahannam, 4 questions are asked. لا تزول قدم عبد يوم القيامة حتى يسأل عن أربع. There is no move that we can make to make it to paradise before we answer these 4 questions. عن عمره فيما أبلاه. Your entire life was a test. How did you destroy it? What did you turn it into? What have you done with the life I gave to you to do a very powerful mission that Malaika were not employed to do it, but you, because of who you are. And umrihi fima afla, especially the youth, when you are so powerful, what have you done in the golden era of your life? Where have you been? How come I did not see you in my house? I saw you in the cinemas, in the nightclubs, at the shopping centers, everywhere, at the gym, trying to be strong. How come you end up being weak? Why? Because you go back to Allah with something that was nonsense. Mirage, the beauty, the power, the wealth, the influence, the fame, it was nothing but a mirage. What happened? If we know this, we will never waste any minute without remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And one of the people who became a Muslim, he says, the reason why I became a Muslim because of the Bible I was reading. And one verse was telling me to pray without ceasing, non-stop prayer. How to do that? He said he found that meaning in Islam. In Islam, if you are a true Muslim, at every moment you are in prayer. How? From the time we wake up, we remember Allah by saying, Alhamdulillah alladhi ahyana ba'dama amatana wa ilayhi nushur. And move on to the bathroom. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-khubuthi wal khaba'ith. Move on, coming out. Ghufrana. Move on to wudu, dhikr. Before you leave your house, what do you say? Before you go into your car, on your way, you go to the shopping center, what do you say? To the masjid, and every moment, that led him into Islam because that is the only way to remember Allah non-stop. How to do that? Be a Muslim. So with this time, we are responsible. How did we pass it? أَفَحَسِبْتُمْ أَنَّمَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ عَبَثًا. Do you think we created you for fun, for play, for vain? وَأَنَّكُمْ إِلَيْنَا لَا تُرْجَعُونَ. Didn't you remember that you are coming back to me one day? You have given your life to everyone and everything except to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who will ask you about your life and your time. If that is the case, we should cry. The time that we could use to grow, we use it to stay the way we are. And Islam is no longer growing in our system, in our life. Something else is growing. And we need to make tawbah and cry. If crying means I'm sorry, if crying means I'm doing tawbah, if crying means I have returned to you, oh my Lord, so you will be content with me. If we are wasting our time, we should cry. And if we are competing in this dunya, I cannot let this person defeat me. I want to be stronger. This person's house is bigger than mine. I want something similar. This person's car, the clothes, and everything. But we never compete in the people of the ibadah, in the people of piety and fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We should cry. And the last one I will count in this time is about when I realized that my life has gone right to the end and I was going the wrong way. And in the end of it, I just remembered I should cry. But it's never too late. Allah will give you whatever you have done from that moment. But it is painful when I just come to realize, not when I am young and fit and I can go around the world to look for money, to look for title, to look for fame, but I could not go around it to look for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Umar bin Khattab, may Allah be pleased with him, used to say, إن لهذه القلوب إقبالا وإدبارا فإذا أقبلت فخذوها بالنوافل وإذا أدبرت فألزموها الفرائض. The less we can do, as Umar said, your heart, yourself, sometimes you feel very active to do ibadah. Once you feel like that, do the fard and the compulsory one and do a lot of the sunnah one while you have the feeling to do it. Because a time comes, you don't feel like that anymore, for one reason or another. But at least, whatever is fard, make sure that is done. Because time will pass. But to deny the fard, because I have something to do, or someone to see, this is a musibah. We should be crying, we should not celebrate at all, celebrating for our own death, celebrating for our own non-salvation life, just like today. Who will dare to party while we see the condition of the Muslims around the world? I don't think there is any one reason for us to smile. We are dying and we are killing one another. But the thing is that you have one life to live it the way you want. Some people are killing and killing and killing and killing, millions and thousands. Alhamdulillah, that we go back to Allah without anybody's blood on our neck. Not a Muslim, not a non-Muslim. This is the building of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the Prophet alayhi sallam used to let them go after he gives them the choice to know the truth and the choice to reject it. اذهبوا فأنتم طلقاء. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, while we are planning to show Islam to the other people, is it useful to me? Did you have enough of Islam and were bright enough to bring light to those people in darkness? This is a very serious question. Or you want to tell them, just look at it, but don't expect us to be Muslims. It means we are misguiding them. بارك الله لي ولكم في القرآن الحكيم وجعلنا وإياكم من الذين يستمعون القول فيتبعون أحسنه. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله ثم الحمد لله. الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. Dear Muslim, to summarize, the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam said, if the only thing make you worry and cry is your destiny in the akhirah, if that is the case, Allah will take care of your dunya. But if the bigger thing in your life, if you worry and cry and panic and such because of this dunya, prepare for something worse. You will suffer it, be sad for no reason, frightened for no reason, disappointed and expect worse. And be exhausted and you will not get more than what Allah has written for you. But if your biggest concern is with the akhirah, the dunya will follow you like the way your shadow does. You run, it runs after you. You stop, it stops where you are. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us His divine support to understand this type of words from this Quran and the Hadith and use us as a light for the rest of humanity. اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم اشف مرضانا وارحم موتانا واقض الدين عنا وعن المدينين. اللهم انتصر للمستضعفين في كل مكان وعليك بالطغاة الظالمين فإنهم لا يعجزونك يا حي يا قيوم. وأقم الصلاة.